I have a very important announcement to make, and that is that I finally finished Middlemarch by George Eliot. And in today's video, I will show you how I got through it, what it was like reading it with a full-time job, and show you that these intimidating looking classics, chunky classics, are not as scary as they seem. Let's get to it. Hello there, fellow bookish being. It's Cheska, the bookish Filipina who wants to get serious in my love for books, share my imperfect adventures, and maybe meet some kindred spirits along the way. And today, like I've mentioned, I want to share my Middlemarch reading journey. This is one of those books that people call a classic of classics. It's long, it's dense, and honestly, very intimidating. The kind of book you think you need to be a literature major or a full-time reader to even attempt. But I'm not. Plainness has its peculiar temptations and vices quite as much as beauty. I'm just someone who loves reading. And so somehow I finished it. You don't have to be an expert. Part 1. I started reading this on February 2 when winter still had its firm grip on Paris. And I'll be honest, the beginning was hard. Book 1 felt like being dropped into a room full of strangers and being expected to remember everyone's name, personality, and life story all at once. I just wanted to get to know them already, to understand them faster. And so we first meet Dorothea, our idealistic lead who wants as much as me to have her ideals lived through. Then there's Lydgate, our ambitious doctor who swore himself to his career, as I did once. Then we see plain, practical Mary talking to fair Rosamond, whose perfect bubble she wouldn't let anyone burst. Something that I used to do as well. After finishing book 1, something shifted. The book stopped being difficult and started feeling human. What really surprised me was Eliot's writing. It was witty and clever. There were a lot of moments that I was laughing, by myself obviously, from her sarcastic comment or a parenthesis comment. And I felt proud during those moments, like I was catching those subtleties. But I won't pretend it's easy. This is, after all, a 900 plus page novel written in the 1870s, set around the time of the Reform Act of 1832. So there are references to politics and social structures that can feel distant. You don't need to fully understand all of it, but having a bit of context definitely helps. At the time I was reading the political nuances in the book, I did some light Google searching, but not a deep dive. Still, even without being an expert, even without catching every reference, you can definitely enjoy this book. You just have to let go of the idea that you need to understand everything perfectly. Just like in life. You can definitely read this even with a busy life. Part 2. If you're thinking, there's no way I can read something like this with my schedule, I honestly thought the same. But most of my reading happened in very ordinary moments. On the metro, during lunch breaks or dinner, during my supposedly walk in the parks that turned into little reading breaks. And somehow, all those small pockets of time added up. In fact, reading this became my way of stepping out of my routine. At the time, I was feeling stuck, tired of the commute, people pushing and shoving each other, the repetition of it all, the pressure of trying to be good enough at work, at life, at everything. But when I opened Middlemarch, I wasn't in Paris anymore. I was in a small provincial town, watching lives unfold. Dorothea and Wales, Fred and Mary's, even Mr. Brooks in his slightly chaotic energy with all his you-knows. It felt like looking out a different window. And I don't know if it's weird, but that's what it felt like. And so what I'm trying to say is that even for these chunky books, you don't really need long, uninterrupted hours. You simply need to let the chaos be chaos and start reading. I hope that makes sense. These kinds of books aren't as scary as they seem. Part 3. People said that Middlemarch is one of the greatest English novels ever written, one of the most psychologically insightful, a truly transformative read. And now that I finished it, I understand why. It's not about one grand dramatic story. It's about many lives, quietly intertwined. Over the 46 days that I was reading this, I watched love bloom and fade and return in unexpected, courageous ways. I saw ambition rise and then falter. I saw mistakes, regrets, forgiveness. And more than anything, I saw how ordinary lives can carry extraordinary depth. And at the same time, something else was happening. Winter in Paris was slowly giving way to spring. The sun began to stay longer, the air softened, flowers started to bloom everywhere. And I felt lighter too. I don't know if it was finishing this book, or the changing seasons, or just time passing the way it always does. But I think it was all of it, because that's what this book does. It doesn't overwhelm you with grand conclusions. It quietly stays with you. Hello there. I am at the finale. So I would like you to read the finale with me, because I have been documenting this journey for a few weeks now, and I just feel like I'm gonna cry, because I've been reading this for, like I said, a few weeks. It has been a part of my daily life, and the characters have been so very dear to me. I have dog-eared so many pages, highlighted so many lines. Look at my poor copy. But you know what? I like it this way. I like that it looks really used, that it looks really loved, because I really do love Middlemarch. So yeah, read the finale with me and let us conclude this book together. Oh, I even bought a mango cake for this special occasion. So I have my sleepy time tea and my mango cake. Let's read. The beginning paragraph is just so beautiful. I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Every limit is a beginning as well as an ending. Who can quit young lives after being long in company with them and not desire to know what befell them in their after years? For the fragment of a life, however typical, is not the sample of an even web. Promises may not be kept, and an ardent outset may be followed by declension. Latent powers may find their long-awaited opportunity. A past error may urge a grand retrieval. Oh. Oh my gosh. I just finished Middlemarch. Oh my gosh. I know I might look so silly crying. I mean, not crying, but being teary-eyed after finishing a book, but trust me, this is worth the teary-eyedness. Bah voilà, c'est fini. So if you've ever looked at a big, intimidating classic and thought, that's not for me, I get it. I thought that too. But you don't have to be an expert. You don't need a perfect schedule. You just have to begin. Because these books, the long ones, the dense ones, the ones everyone may not talk about as much, they're not as distant as they seem. They're stories full of life. And oftentimes they meet you exactly where you are. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you have read Middlemarch before, do share your reading journey down below. I would love to read them. Or if you have any chunky book recommendations for me. If you are curious about starting a chunky classic or even a chunky contemporary, I feel like I've been saying chunky so much in this video, then this is your sign. I will see you in the next book. Bye.